Multiplying whole numbers. So really, this is quite a simple process. If you can do 3-digit by 1-digit, you should really theoretically be able to do the 3-digit by 2-digit, 3-digit by 3-digit, and 2-digit by 2-digit, and actually so on and so on. Okay, because you're basically doing the same thing over and over and over. So I'll explain that as we go. So 326, you have to rewrite this so it's in a format that you can actually use. I like to spread out the digits so that there's plenty of space for me to do all the working. Okay, so 326 times 5, and that's how we're going to solve. So now it's just this number multiplied by this, and then multiplied by this, and then multiplied by that. That's the pattern. So let's get on with it. 5 times 6, that's 30, right? So this digit goes here, this digit gets carried over to the next place value. 5 times 2, that's 10. So we have to add in the 3, so that's 13. This digit goes here, this digit gets carried over. Now it's 5 times 3, that's 15. Plus 1, that's 16. In this case, there are no more digits to multiply, so we can put 16 down. And pretty much that is it. You could do a check, and the check would involve, we'll only do this once, but the check would involve taking your answer and dividing it by any one of these factors, but I want to choose 5 because it's easiest. 5 into 1 doesn't go. It's finished. 5 into 16, that's 3 with 1 left over. 5 into 13, that's 2 with 3 left over. 5 into 30 is 6. And 3, 2, 6, the other factor I started with, therefore, this must be correct. So you can do that going backwards. You can use a calculator if they're too hard, if the numbers are too big. This one here, so let's do this. 802 multiplied by 78. So the pattern here is the same. You just do these bottom digits one at a time. So first of all, we're going to take 8 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 0, multiplied by 8, right? And then when we're finished with them, we start with the 7 and do the same thing. 7 times 2, 7 times 0, 7 times 8. That's the pattern. You do the same thing over and over and over. Okay, so let's start with the 8. It's 8 times 2, that's 16, right? So the 6 comes here. The 1 gets carried over to the next place value. 8 times 0 is 0 plus 1, so we can put that straight here. 8 times 8 is 64. There are no more digits to multiply, so we can put 64 down. I'm finished with this 8. This is now a 0. We're going to do 7. So we start putting the answers to the digits right underneath the digit we're multiplying. Okay, so the next answer will go here. You can think of it as this is a 0, so put a 0 here to hold the place. Either way, they work. Okay, so 7 times 2 is 14, right? So 4, that goes here, and the 1 gets carried over. 7 times 0, that's 0, plus 1 is 1. And 7 times 8 is 56. Put that down. And now all we have to do is add up each row in columns. So 6 plus 0, 1 plus 4, 4 plus 1, 6 plus 6, that's 12. So the units digit goes here, the ones digit gets carried over to the next column, and 5 plus 1 is 6, and that is the answer. The last one over here, same process, nothing changes, except you will have an extra row to calculate. So let's go 7, 1, 5 times 3, 5, 4. Okay, let's just go through row at a time. So it's going to be 4 times 5, that's 20, right? The 0 goes here, the 2 gets carried over to the next place value. 4 times 1, that's 4, plus 2 is 6. 4 times 7 is 28. Okay, so that makes it nice and easy. Let's do the next. Now we're finished with this 4. This 4, I've used him already, that's a 0. So I'm going to put a 0 here. And you'll notice that we start the next set of answers underneath the 5. Okay, that's where the next set go. So 5 times 5, what's that? 25. So the 5 is kept, and the 2 goes over to the next one. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. 5 times 7 is 35. So now we're finished with this 5. That becomes a 0. And again, you might want to hold that 0 there. This was also a 0 from this one. And then we can do the last one. So we're doing it again. We're doing the same process again. We start with the 3 this time, and we just keep going. So 3 times 5 is 15. Right? So we're going to keep the 5. And the 1 goes over to the next place value. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 3 times 7 is 21. We just add up all those rows in columns. So that's a 0. That's a 6 and 5 is 11. So put the 1 here, carry the other one. That's 9 and 7 is 16, plus 5 is 21. So the units digit goes there. The other one goes over here. 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9, plus 4 is 13. Carry the 1. That's going to be 5, and that's going to be 2. And pretty much, guys, that's it. 253,110.